Okay, so my voice is gone, so it's probably not the best of ideas to be recording a video right now, but I'm pretty tired of not being able to talk and not recording a video journal or something. So we're gonna do it anyway. And I don't have any outline for this video, but I know I've collected several different ways to self-regulate, come back to yourself, um, just feel good in my body. And some of it's like pretty practical stuff, and some of it could be considered a little woo-woo. But I just want to share it. Could be as a reminder to myself, to somebody else. Um, Maybe nobody sees this. Maybe one person does. But if it helps somebody, then that would be cool. So yeah, I guess some things that I do in no particular order are one, I practice mindfulness in different ways, and some fun ways I like to do that are actually assigning myself an activity to discover very specific things, and I usually do one of two things. It's either going to be a color, and a pretty specific color, so it'll be like cerulean blue, and in my day or in whatever set time frame that I've decided, I have to find an X number of cerulean blue items. Can't be something as easy as sky, but of course you might start with something like that. You might start with a t-shirt that you see that's just off of cerulean blue and is more of like a pool blue. Or you might see a sticker on a car that's cerulean blue, and sometimes the sticker says something fun as well, so that's always nice to tune into. Sometimes you'll really make things stretch to find cerulean blue. And then the other way I like to do this is with my senses. So 5 things I see, and you can really decide whatever criteria you want for choosing those items. For me, it's just something out of the ordinary. So sometimes it's something as stupid as like dog shit on a sidewalk, or it could be a really interesting stained glass window, or sometimes, if I'm looking, or even if I'm not, I'll come across a really weird circumstance or experience, which is always fun to plug into one of those 5 items. Then 4, I look for 4. I look for 4 sounds, and the sounds could be anything. It's just tuning into my surroundings in the moment. So anything from my footsteps, I try to go beyond that to maybe how my breath sounds right now, to wailing in the distance, or a certain bird, or the buzzing of wires. And I always try to make myself find at least one unique, again, out of the ordinary sound. And then we have 3, I think it's right. I think it's 3 smells. So I stretch this over some time and just smell 3 things. One of them is always just around the corner, something that's around near you, food usually. Another is usually nature of some kind. Maybe it's cow manure from gravel, or it's like fresh tar, or it's something a little bit industrial. And then the last typically happens to be like me, or maybe a person walking by. But again, it can be anything, and sometimes something out of the ordinary will come out, and that's always fun. And then you have 2, I'm definitely blank. Oh, 2 sensations, 2 unique out of the blue sensations. And this is when you're really tapping into your body. Maybe it could be how one shoulder feels cold while the other one is being burnt by the sun. Or it can be just like one of your strands of hair tickling the back of your neck, or the way that your glasses are sitting on your nose and one side is sweatier and the other isn't sticking to your nose at all. Um, and then those are always fun. And sometimes they add up to more than two. And you're really tapping into your senses then. And then finally, one taste. Um, and this is really a stretch. It's a lot about like just oh, and the grand finale. I don't know how I did that. Just like not necessarily what your mouth or your tongue tastes like, which is fine, um, but just sitting with all the sensations in and around your mouth and nose, if that makes sense. Everything that culminates in your mouth. Um, it could be your saliva, it's the temperature, it's the uh, thickness, it's the breadth, it's the anything. It's the explosion of flavor in your mouth. Um, so yeah, those are two of my getting into my senses things. I think it really can help with when you're feeling an anxiety attack or a panic attack coming on as well. Um, and then um, yeah, I think just tapping into your senses. Another woo woo thing that I like to do is as soon as I wake up in the morning, I tell myself today is a great day. I don't say it's going to be a great day. I don't say I hope it's going to be a good day. I don't say what'll make this a great day. I say today is a great day. And I say it out loud. And um, sometimes I get shy and I won't say it if I have my family or friend in the room or staying with me. Um, but when I'm alone, I say to myself out loud, today is a good day. Today is a great day. And the day pans out however it does, and something great does happen in it all the time, even on really shitty days. It's a great day. So, um, might some people might think of it as delusional or woo woo, but you really do get to decide if it's a great day or not. And it always is. It's always a great day. Um, Another woo woo thing I like to do is meditate. um, I've meditated ever since I was little, and oh, this is probably very annoying to just like stare into reflection, but um, I've meditated since I was little, and I learned the very unique trait of tapping into a flow state. And it took me a long time to put my finger on exactly what it is that happens when I meditate and when I get to a very specific type of feeling or sensation that I might be trying to achieve in meditation. It is the flow state. Some people call it tapping into your third eye or bliss or transcending or whatever, floating, um, merging, coming into oneness. I think there's a lot of different names for it and probably a lot of different experiences of it. Um, but it is really bringing whatever is happening all around you and the state that your brain is in into just a slower flow, into equilibrium with everything else that's happening around you. And there are a few ways to get into that state. Um, some of the ones that I've run into are, oh, some of the ones that I've run into are just stillness and focusing in on one place and really not beating yourself up for getting distracted or your mind wandering, and just allowing that to be part of the process as well, and bringing myself back to my breath. I will say that that takes a lot of practice, and I feel like that's like the longer way to go about doing it. But some of the fun, sometimes quicker ways of doing it are actually breathing techniques. Um, so, one way that I've learned is breathe in for 8 seconds, breathe out for 8 seconds, breathe in for 7, out for 7, in for 6, out for 6, 5, 5, 4, all the way to 1. And yes, it is a quick, and I don't know how it happens, but you kind of instantly snap into a little bit of a flow state. And it might take a little bit of practice just to stay there, but it definitely works quicker, I think, than is practicing and trying to discover and find that state of stillness. Um, there are other mindfulness meditation techniques out there, or guided meditations that you can follow that help too. I think one of the interesting ones is Joe Dispenza. Um, Honestly, I haven't explored too many of his meditations. I do like what he stands for, though. Just the general idea that um, you can, I guess it's kind of, um, you know, encompasses all the jargon we hear nowadays of manifestation and quantum leaping and all of that. But the idea essentially is that you can bring your awareness and your brain and your state of mind to wherever you really want it to be um, at any given point in time. And the way you do that is by envisioning and bringing yourself to that place via meditation. Um, and someone might be able to explain a little bit better. But what I've learned is that just following someone's voice and allowing it to take you um, is a little bit of an easier way of coming into that flow state as well. Um, of course, safety and trusting that voice is a big part of it. And so, discovering something new isn't always the best, um, isn't always the best grounds for that kind of safety net. But if you find your one meditation, I'm happy to share mine. It's Changing Boxes, the short version, on Joe Dispenza's website. Then you can just find safety in that familiarity and come into that flow state. Um, I think people have also been doing things like subliminals, which I don't do really much of, but I have dabbled in it, and I will say that I think it is helpful. I think it's just the frequency, and it's just the sound waves that are a little bit calming. Um, but again, I don't feel that safety net with subliminals yet. Maybe if I made some of my own, then that might help. But I don't know about getting there with somebody else's voice and someone else's subliminals. Um, some other things, I guess, have a lot to do with just healing and tapping into your body, like what makes you feel good physically. So I can make another video on that. And there's a lot over there, from nutrition to fitness to again, breathing and meditation as well, walking, um, how to how to how to take care of your gut and your liver and your skin, um, and just and your socials and everything. But I'll make another video about that. But I don't know, just a couple woo-woo things that help me and keep me happy and sane, and yeah.